Okay, and we're back. Love of the game. It's your boy Manny, the man on the mic, the man on the money. And I got with me today, Bangs. What you saying?
Yeah, my name's Bangs. Stay humble, eh? Ah, I messed up,
Oh
bro.
my god. Oh my days. Oh
Hey,
my
when the mic gets
days.
passed on to you, you just get nervy for some reason. Tim, you know
Easy.
what I'm talking about. Tim, you
I
know what I'm talking
understand.
about.
I'm just
Stay
saying.
humble,
Stay in the
Man,
eh?
crowd. Stay
Stay
you
humble,
can you
eh?
can never be the relay boy.
Hey,
Just
wait.
dropping the
Stay humble,
mics.
eh? Just drop that in.
Uh,
Edit. Stay humble, eh?
stay
Yeah,
on, man. All right.
man.
And then my fellow co-host, we got Mr. Tim.
Yeah, I'm back with my 21 questions for the week, so you guys be ready for my
50
21
Cent.
questions.
50
Yeah,
Cent.
word to
50 Cent.
50.
Well,
21
this
questions.
weekend, some fantastic football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I want to start off with a Super Sunday.
Mm.
Okay. Arsenal
Okay.
Man City. I think it was a little bit premature to to coin it as a title contender, match.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because we're only in September.
Yeah.
And it's looking like the real title contenders for City is Liverpool. But
All Villa.
all Villa. All Villa.
We'll get to that.
Um
We'll get to that.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But first and foremost, was Trossard's sending off justified?
Mm.
I would say, look, it's annoying that I think it's a silly rule. Firstly, like,
Okay.
why are you gonna get a yellow card for kicking the ball away?
Because you're wasting
Yeah,
time.
You're wasting
yeah,
time
yeah.
and
I
you're
get, I
and you're
get
delaying
that.
a restart.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
are they
bad
really gonna
sportsmanship.
take a really? But you've got to play football, yeah. Is it
Mm.
really? I saw it's only 1 second, and you're here for the whistle. Are you really gonna? Is it that difficult? I mean, that easy just to switch? How do I say it?
I
Because
know what you're trying
you
to
lot
say.
play football. Because you lot play
You,
football, it's the emotion of it. How are you supposed to switch off like that and into the second when you're just concentrated for the whole second to like play football and be concentrated and do what you need to do to get on a quick counter. So
Mm.
to hear the whistle and just emotionally just stop your body like that, yeah. Like, I'm guessing that's not a normal reaction. I think what Trossard is almost like a normal reaction, but you're telling these people to be like robots and just to, when the referee plays whistle, just stop them automatically. That's how it felt like to me because I've seen other examples where they've been like 3 or 4 seconds, they've actually
Hmm.
intentionally kicked the ball away. Like the Declan Rice one, that's done by an instant. He's actually thinking, okay, let me kick the ball away. That's something he had
mm.
a choice there to either walk away or to kick the ball. But Trossard one, I feel like he only had 1 second really just to actually stop and think. And that's just unfair, really. I just think it's just ridiculous now.
Listen, anytime I've kicked the ball, it's always been in frustration. It's always me acting out, being a bit petulant,
Yeah.
and there's no need for it in a match. And Trossard wasn't trying to shoot. It wasn't like he was trying to make a pass into someone. There was no play around him. The decision went against him, and he just booted it. Like there wasn't. It's not even like the Van Persie one against Barca where
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
generally made an attempt to try and
And he
score,
couldn't
but he
hear the
just kicked
whistle, I think.
and he didn't hear
Yeah,
the
but
whistle.
it's the same thing.
Exactly.
You're still trying to kick the ball away. I know it's not an action, but it's still almost the same thing. It's still an action you're taking, right?
Mm. Well, my thing is, yeah, I
Mm.
completely get what you're saying. I agree with Manny. Anytime, in fact, one of the things I love doing was being petulant and annoying the opposition. That's what I
Yeah,
love doing that. But at the
yeah.
moment it becomes illegal in the sense of you will be yellow carded and the players know the rules. They go through all of the rules before the season, during the season,
Hmm.
after games. The moment it becomes you're going to get yellow card for this, then either you take the risk, which some players do. We've seen they do take the risk and they don't get yellow
Mm.
carded, or you suffer the consequences. And I think I don't want it to seem like I know Arsenal have had two of them in 4 games or 5 games this season. It's not an Arsenal thing. It's just
Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
you're getting
but
hardcore.
caught.
how could
And
this
you've
happen?
been
Okay, go on, sorry, mate.
no, I was just saying you guys have been cautioned about it literally a couple of games ago. So
Yeah,
to go and then do it again in such a high stakes game when you're winning away at a fierce rival, I think it's just stupid.
yeah.
It was not necessary.
Okay, we'll just see how many yellow cards everyone gets because of that. Because we saw already before Doku did the same similar one. I think this
Mm,
referee tried to disguise it and say, "Oh, he's pointing Doku where to get the ball," but
yeah.
that's just BS.
Mm.
And there's another one with Sabozla, I think last week when he literally kicked the ball like he's literally gonna try to
Yeah,
cross it
that one
in.
was terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so let's just see how consistent this is then. Because I
Mm.
It's not
think
about the
at the
refs, isn't it?
moment, yeah. But
I
that's the
think the
same.
refs,
No,
the refs, the refs
that
aren't
was the same
consistent.
ref. No,
Oh, is
that was
it?
the same ref. All of those
wow.
extras were the same ref.
What do you want us to say? What the ref got paid? The ref got paid. Is that what you want to say?
I'm not saying that.
Everyone's against Arsenal. Is that what it is?
Everyone is against Arsenal. I think so.
I think the whole league wants. No one likes City. No one. Everyone's done with
not
City
that ref.
winning.
Not that ref. He loves City. If you see his record, he loves City.
He does love City. He does love City.
He loves City. He's getting Arab money, but yeah, we'll talk about that later.
What did you think of the actual game itself? What did you think of the goals that you conceded and the goals that you scored in your general play?
First one, mixture of both. I think it was good play from Slovenia. Caught out Calafiori, unfortunately. Then caught, and Haaland was in a good position. Like, as I think Pedro said it as well, like, it's going to be difficult to be stopping Haaland constantly week after week because eventually he's going to score. So, in the first
half, going to be easy though.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting him to score like that.
Yeah, I know, but I think we just got caught out really. So City was on a fast start. We're away from home. It's gonna happen. Yeah, nerves. Yeah, I guess so. Nerves. It just happens really. So I was a little bit worried, but watching how we were playing, we actually were still kind of decent. I thought we were fairly decent, and for us to go 2-1 up just before half time, I think it was perfect. I think we were the better team. To be fair, that's what I think. I thought we were a better team overall. In the first half, I think we were. I think we were playing a lot, but we're playing.
I kind of agree, man.
So you thought
the first 30 minutes, City were all over you guys.
Yeah, but they didn't have much chances afterwards. But we were when we had the ball, we were actually creating position. We're getting decent places. We were better. I thought we were better overall in the first half.
Nah, I disagree. Your goal that you scored from your left back happens once in a blue moon, and you was dangerous from one of the set pieces before Gabriel. Before Gabriel scored, there was another set piece before that he almost could have scored. So from the set pieces, you look dangerous, but in terms of open play,
but when we
dominated you, and then Rodri came off.
Yeah, but they weren't doing much. They weren't doing much with the ball.
Whether they were doing much with the ball or not, you can't say that they weren't the better team. You guys were defending from the first minute.
Why can't we be a better team? When
we have the ball? That's a very fair point, man.
That's fair.
If they're doing their job and they're showing that you can't get through us, and they're effectively doing that, then surely
I don't think
they're doing
City
better
had
than
that
the team
many. Haaland didn't have that many chances in the first half, as I recall. Maybe there's some I may have forgotten about. So that's what I'm seeing as Arsenal off the ball. We kept them indecent. We kept them at length play.
But what you got to understand is when you're playing these top sides, these are not games that's going to be open where you're seeing people cutting each other up left, right, and centre.
Exactly.
These tight games is going to be who's dominating midfield, who's got more possession, who's got more area possession as well, and chances and expected goals. And City were on top. Rodri gets injured after 25, 30 minutes. Then you guys got a bit of confidence into the game.
He got injured from the very start, didn't he? Because he went down after 30 seconds.
He went down twice,
After 30 seconds. Then he wasn't really the same after that.
But they were still dominating. So are you saying the first 30 minutes, they were
I thought we were a better team. They had the ball.
Crazy.
They had the ball. I'm just saying, they had the ball. Doesn't mean they did a lot. They didn't do a lot with it.
Nice to see you, man.
Nice to see you, man.
But, I don't even know where I was now, but, I can't remember. Go on.
No, go.
So we'll talk about the first half of the City Arsenal game.
Yeah.
And I was basically saying essentially that City were on top for the first 30 minutes. Arsenal got back in the goal won the goal from their left back. Set pieces that looked dangerous, capitalised, and went in 2-1 from good defensive play. But City were the better team in the first half. And Tim's trying to say that City didn't do anything and all they had was possession, but they didn't do anything with the possession.
I've seen that so many times, because I've seen a many times in the past years when Arsenal be dominant or we had more possession. We didn't do much with it. So how can that be classed as they're the better team when they don't do nothing?
Yeah,
like,
but
for instance, Tottenham,
last
week Tottenham, they had majority all of the ball and they hardly did anything with it. Are you going to tell me they're the better team?
They were the better team because they stamped their authority on
the better team doesn't always win. The better team doesn't always score.
What makes a better team? Whoever's got more possession.
That's what they're trying to say.
No. It's probably whoever creates the most chances or is dominant with the ball.
Whoever creates the most chances, definitely. But a very easy barometer is possession. you have the ball more than your opponent. That means you're keeping the ball better and you're getting possession and you're winning off your other team. That is,
Yeah, but it depends where they're getting
in a
that.
standard game, that is going to be seen as, okay, you're
Okay, so
better.
quick question, Manny. So what about the second half then? You can tell me City were the better team in the second half. Because I can
Well,
tell you
Okay,
there, I can tell you there straight away they weren't. There's no way they weren't the better team in the second half.
City was still the better team in the second half, and I'm going to explain why. Because second half context helps, obviously, because you got a man sent off, and your play is just to hold on to your lead.
yeah.
You didn't hold on to your lead, so you failed on that aspect. Secondly, the times when you did have the ball, you were sloppy in possession. And there wasn't any attempt to try and alleviate pressure from your back line by at least getting the ball up the pitch, winning fouls up the pitch, counter-attacking. It was literally just sit back and defend. Now, City didn't break you guys down until the last minute of the game, but they were the better team. They kept you camped in your half. You can't say that's
Would
not
you
a
say
better team.
Would you say City were good though? Because I would say they
I
were
wouldn't say
not
that.
good.
I wouldn't say that. I think we expect City with the quality and the style of play to break teams down, but Arsenal's defense was extremely good.
So
The
how
best
come
defense,
how
the
come
best
how
defense in the
come
league.
so how comes the defense can't be better than what City were doing? Because in their attacking areas they had so much possession, they could have changed things up. They could have brought Grealish earlier, Foden earlier, but they decided to do the same rigid way and didn't get anywhere. So how can they be the better team by they're not creating any clear cut? They carried one or two, but wasn't like
Okay,
serious
guys, come
chances.
on. They had a lot of shots on goal. Some of
Yeah,
them
but
was
they
from
weren't.
outside the area.
Yeah, a lot was
Yeah, but
And
positive
you
though.
ended up conceding. You guys are forgetting the fact that you didn't.
yeah, we
If you like
conceded at the end.
finished the game 2-1
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
I'd
we
be
Yeah,
like,
had to
yeah,
then
concede
cool.
at
you
the
would,
end.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
but you can't
no,
say you was a
what
better
you would
team.
say? What if we finish 2-1 up? Then you'll say, okay, cool. What that we are the
Because
better team.
if the best attack in the league is facing the best defense in the league, and you're both playing to your strength, so City are playing to their strength, which is attacking, keeping the ball around the box, and you guys are not showing them in, and you've locked them up for 46 minutes. But if they score in the 47th minute, that means they've won. They've won that battle. Is that not?
No,
Is
no,
that
no.
not?
That's not answering my question. I'm saying
Okay.
because they scored in the last minute. What does that mean? If they didn't score, would that make us the better team in the second half?
Yeah, because your game plan.
Bro,
Ooh,
come on, that
he's
doesn't
got
make
you.
any
Yeah.
Yeah,
sense.
No,
That
that's
doesn't
not.
make
but
sense.
the second half football is from one whistle to the end. So the
Yeah, but
second
you
half
can't say they literally
includes.
scored with the last kick of the game. You can't say that the last kick of the game determines who was the better team in the half. That
Yeah,
doesn't
but
make sense.
before the last kick of the game, they had
It's a fair
opportunities
point.
where
It's
they
a fair
could
point.
Yeah,
have
but
scored.
listen to what I just said. I said if
Um,
Arsenal didn't concede that last goal, would you say Arsenal were the better team? If you said to
yes,
me
I would say that.
that doesn't make
That
sense
doesn't
to
make
me.
Yeah,
sense.
It
I,
does.
I
It does
agree.
make. It does make sense
It doesn't
No,
make
I don't think
sense.
it
because
does. I think
do
you
you
could
know?
still
Okay, the
say,
reason
"Oh yeah, you defend the point." Go.
I'm saying is your game plan was we're not going to concede and we're going to hold out. You guys
Mm.
didn't bother trying to get up the pitch. You were sloppy in your passes. Rice was giving the ball away loads of times. You wasn't holding on to the ball, and you was camped literally on the edge of your box and in your box, right?
Yeah.
But that was your game plan, and that game plan for me is only going to be acceptable if you leave that game with the win. You
But
didn't do that, and you conceded possession, you conceded territory to Man City, who had multiple shots on your goal.
yeah,
So they
but
played a better football, but context helps. Let me just finish. Context helped
okay,
that you were
go
down to
on.
10 men. I get it. But they were playing better football, they were keeping the ball better, and they had multiple shots on your goal. And Raya made some very good saves. And then over the time of the 45 minutes, they eventually got what they deserved, which was a goal.
Yeah,
So they were the better team.
no, but I'm not. This is what I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing that they're the better team. I'm saying that if you said to me, "Oh, if Arsenal didn't concede, Man City would have still been the better team," that would make sense to me. But I don't think you can say someone's the better team because of 10 seconds or a minute. Like I don't think
Of the
that
whole
makes
half.
sense to me.
Okay, and I'm looking at overall that the reason why that is an important factor is because the way you lot were playing is only acceptable for me is if you're successful. You wasn't successful, so you might as well
Okay.
have played better football and tried to. Like I said, there were so many times Rice
And
had the ball on
lost.
the edge of the box. No, Rice had the ball on the edge of the box, and he's giving away sloppy passes to Martinelli. Saliba picks up the ball, drops a shoulder, picks out a pass, and you're thinking, okay, at this point, let's get up the pitch. For 20 minutes of that second half, you didn't even have a striker. But there was one or two occasions where you actually let Havertz get up the pitch and he won a couple fouls for you. Like, you guys are not the only team that's ever gone away from 10
It's
men
true.
down and been successful. You didn't play well in the second half. Well enough to get the result that you wanted.
I think that we did. We just didn't do enough. I think that with what we tried to do, we almost did it. But they got a bit of luck in their final in scoring the goal, and that was that.
I just
They
want to
brought.
say, Liverpool.
Yeah, go on.
I would say that their City weren't good. If you think about the position they were in most of the times, the balls are going to mainly Diaz. What's his name? Akanji.
Yeah,
Basically, all
to
the
shoot.
defenders to basically control and dictate play from like the shooting area where normally De Bruyne or what's their name,
Most of their
Foden would be
shots
at.
were from
That,
the
yeah, most of the shots we've
defenders.
restricted them from them doing. I don't know what they were doing. Basically, they weren't even trying to break us down properly. To be fair, that's how I see it as. So I
Why?
can't
Why
really
do you
say
think?
that they were.
Why? Why do you think they weren't trying to break you down as opposed to you were doing a good job in preventing them
I don't
from
know.
breaking you down? And then eventually, what happened is Grealish and Foden came on, and
Yeah,
they changed the
so
game a bit
I think I
and
think
took you
mainly
on.
Grealish actually mainly came on and changed every mainly because I think that kind of game was kind of suited to him because he's able to he's hard to get off the ball and he always finds that right
Yeah,
pass to someone or right in the corner. So I think Grealish would probably be able to come on earlier. Then maybe they could have won the game earlier, but they brought him on too late really for them to just try and get an equalizer.
yeah. But it sounds like you're, it sounds like you're saying that you're faulting Man City for not bringing on
Yeah,
their players
I
sooner.
thought second half that I think they made the wrong decision. I think Pep was seeing that mainly Diaz was getting the ball, taking long shots. Wouldn't it be a better idea to drop Gundogan a bit further deeper to maybe try and dictate things more, get the ball passed out wide quicker? Because they weren't really doing that. Because they were doing it, but okay, maybe Arsenal was shuffling. I think City could have done a lot more to try and win the game from the second half onwards, especially once down to 10 men. They would say it's so much easier. All you got to do is just pass the ball quicker and wait for Arsenal players to get tired. But okay, maybe we're resilient on both sides. But I wouldn't say our City were amazing or they were like good play, like they were much better than us or anything like that. I would rather say that Arsenal had a good defense, kept it for a while. Okay, we got sloppy at the end. It's very difficult to defend with 10 people
Yeah.
for 45 minutes. So yeah, I guess we'll see.
Okay. So
We'll see how the season.
just to wrap it up then, are you okay with a
I
point?
think they should be.
I would
Yeah, I
have
think
been
yeah,
before
I
the
would.
game.
Yeah, I can't really complain with a point really. I think going to City and to win is very difficult in general. So I wasn't even thinking Arsenal will win. It's just me going on hope. So even when we were 1-0 down, I was quite worried if I'm being honest. So seeing us 2-1 up, I think okay, we could actually potentially do this. So I'm
I
happy with a
think,
point to be fair.
I think the only disappointing thing is that we conceded with in the last minute. That's the main
Yeah.
disappointing thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think holding out as well as you did, part of that was fortuitous, but you
Yeah.
still managed to do it. And then right at the minute, it didn't work out. But I feel like City, on the account of the shots, they had 33 shots,
Yeah.
11 on target. Like, to try and expect to think that it's normal that you guys shouldn't have succeeded and City were poor and Arsenal were much better. I don't agree with that.
Okay. Fair enough. We'll
But
disagree, so it's fine.
we'll agree to disagree. There's more
I
pressing
just
things to
I
discuss.
just
Don't worry,
like that
yeah, don't worry.
it feels like there's a real rivalry now between Arsenal and Man City, and I feel like I don't know if you've spoken about this before I joined, but I feel like they're trying to act like they don't respect us, but City are now starting to take Arsenal very seriously.
That's one thing I do want to address today. Yeah. Arsenal fans are so easily rattled. Yeah.
Yeah, we are. I don't know
It's
why.
because of the years you've had. Man United fans, we might get there. We'll take a long time because we've been so successful for so long. We will just always just go back to saying, hey, remember who we were, whatever.
Yeah.
But one thing about you guys, so like Arsenal players and the way they play right now, they're respected because they're good. But I don't think they respect you in the sense of like, they still feel like they're going to win. If that makes sense. Like
Every
they still
footballer
think
does, bro.
no. So I thought Man City still think they're going to win the league. Like, I don't think they see you as a
Oh
big
yeah.
threat to the league
Yeah,
like that.
I heard
Like
that.
they see
I
you
heard
as a
that.
threat in a one-on-one game. Yeah, Arsenal are going to be a tough game. Well, let's have our energy's up. We're going to throw the ball in your faces. We're going to push you around. You know, there's going to be a
Yeah,
bit more of we're going to grab our balls a
yeah.
bit more. But I don't think they're
I,
looking at you like Arsenal are going to win the league. It's still ours to lose,
I,
sort of thing.
I don't know. Go
Yeah,
on.
I
That's my
believe they're
opinion.
definitely worried. Kyle Walker even
I
said it
hate
in
you
an
in that.
interview. He said that they need to get better because every year Arsenal are closing the gap. So he was like, either Arsenal need to get worse or Man City need to get better.
But then look what Bernardo Silva said.
They're gassing,
He's some
bro.
he's
So
some
why is
They're
that
serious
gassing?
gassing.
But
bullshit,
then
I
man.
looked at what I looked at. Do you know what I was talking about? Because he was talking about like Liverpool. I saw stats the other day of the games that Liverpool,
He's a little
that
rat,
Man
man.
City have
Honestly,
had at Liverpool. Yeah, bro. There's only been like one game at the Etihad in the last like couple of years. I hope I'm not wrong again. Where Liverpool have scored more than one goal.
yeah. I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
but that's the point that Bengs is making is, yeah, although Arsenal in a one-off game, one-to-one game against City may be more of a challenging game, or recently it's been more difficult for City, but over a whole a season, City are thinking Arsenal ain't gonna beat us, whereas Liverpool have shown that even when we're on top, Liverpool can still win the title against us.
One
So there
title,
is
by the
still
way. So
yeah, no,
is
you're right.
one
But it's
more
one
title than
versus
you
zero.
have.
It's
Yeah, like
it's
that's
true.
my point.
It's true.
That's my
that's
main
a
point.
silly rebuttal to them actually winning the title.
I
Do you know what I
think
mean?
that
Like,
I don't know. I think that you have to. I think as a footballer, as a professional footballer playing for a top team, you have to
Mm.
believe that you're going to win the league. Especially, man,
mm,
to win the league, like you're gonna have to have an elite mentality and believe that you're going to win the league every season in order to do it. I don't think you can say that there's no part of them that feels like every season the gap is getting smaller, and if they're not on the top of their game, Arsenal are going to pick them to the title.
So yeah,
yeah,
that's that. So I agree with what you're saying. That the last part, do you have to be on your game? But I just don't think it's Arsenal that fills in that gap. It's where they're saying
mm,
we have to be on our game.
What do you mean
Liverpool
Arsenal
are
don't
coming.
feel?
I
So
feel like they're not thinking. I genuinely don't, because I think I look at the 2 seasons ago where you was ahead and then you just crumbled and they swallowed it up. And then last season when it was a bit tighter, but when it came down to the crunch time, I feel like that's how Man City players and that's how a lot of professional football players see Arsenal. And
us.
we've seen it from what
I
ex-professional
don't
players have
think
said.
last season was different to the season before. It wasn't when it came down to crunch time because last season we were good in the crunch time.
I mean, it was Aston Villa that ruined
they
it for
were,
you.
they
So
were, they were. I
We
think it was probably before that. Probably the Fulham
It was the
West
Fulham
Ham
and
game.
West Ham one, which is
Fulham
But
West Ham,
ridiculous.
but then Aston Villa.
I do think that City do see Arsenal as a threat. And I'm saying that especially this game showed it at the full time whistle.
Mm.
Like, if you don't see Arsenal as a threat, you're not going to behave the way Haaland did. You're not going to
He
be throwing
said
the
he
ball
said
at.
it. He's telling man to be humble. He's telling Arteta to be
Be
humble.
humble,
Why is he
eh?
telling him to be humble? Because he's saying you ain't here. We don't care. We don't respect you. Be
You don't
humble.
need
why
to
would
say
it
that.
be
Why would
humble?
you need to say that in the
If
first
someone
place?
said be humble, that means you're doing shit.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
No.
You're getting too big for your boots. Is what be humble
Yeah,
means.
yeah. Be humble
Yeah.
means you don't think you're trying to. You don't think you're here, but I think you're here.
Haaland probably know what humble means because why is he throwing the
yeah,
ball
no, he doesn't.
at Gabriel in the first
He
place? Like,
doesn't.
he doesn't know what it
English is not his
means.
first language. Allow him,
Exactly, he
man.
doesn't know.
You know,
Exactly,
It's not
the
his
best
first
exactly, he
part,
doesn't
language,
know.
the
man.
best part of that clip here is Arteta looked at Haaland, yeah, and he wanted to say something because Gabby was saying something. He quieted down, but he waited for Jesus to see what Jesus was saying. Then he's like, calm down, bro.
Yeah.
Because
No,
there's
no.
always there's
I
always
liked it.
I liked it, but I feel like Arteta, if Jesus wasn't there, Arteta would have said something.
I don't
He
think
would
he
have.
would have. I
I
don't
think he
think he
would have
would
because
have.
he was looking at him like, who's he talking to? And then
But I think
Jesus
he
pretty.
gave him a little
Yeah.
push.
It's a bit tough for Arteta though, man, because that's the club that gave him his start.
He don't
Really.
care
Yeah, but he
anymore,
don't
bro. You
know.
see
He
what he's
don't.
saying?
You don't think he
Oh yeah,
cares?
he
And
don't.
he
He don't
don't, and
give.
he, and he don't know
Yeah,
these new youths either.
Oh, you don't know
yeah.
the
He
news. Don't
don't
know
know
the
Haaland.
news.
He don't give
You
a
don't know
sh.
the news.
I
So
don't
You
that's
don't
think
know
what
he
the
cares
Jesus
news.
puts
about
to
City.
Haaland. I think Jesus
Yeah.
step away from Haaland because he
He'll eat him.
trashes
He'll
on
eat
you.
him.
Yeah, he trashes on
Bro,
Even
I
every
what's his
point
name?
respect
every
The
time.
young, the young, the young kid, young kid tried to step to him as well,
Oh
and
Miles.
Harlan was like,
Yeah,
"Who
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck are you?"
Yeah, Miles.
Don't worry.
Can
I've got news with Haaland. February 1st, we're coming for you, Emirates. You ain't getting away
I
Hey,
with that.
listen, don't do this. Don't do
can,
this.
can I
I'll
Don't
do
quickly
this.
don't make statements like that,
I
bro.
don't care.
can
I'll
we
be
quickly
in
touch on
this.
Haaland?
Go on.
Go
Yeah.
on.
How do you respect him? Like we've
Yeah.
seen everything he's done. He's amazing at football. And I haven't seen this side to him before. Personally, I don't know if he's done it before. I'm just thinking, where does this come from? Is it? I know you're breaking records and you're
Bro,
sick,
he's a Viking.
but just
He
being
reverted
He's
to
a
type.
He's a
He's a
Viking.
Viking,
okay.
bro.
And
So you not respect for
And
throwing the
that
ball,
game was a battle, and
throwing
he
the
was just
ball
like,
at Gabriel
him and
to
him,
chat after.
I love the
That's
beef that he
fine.
has with Gabriel. Like, I think
yeah, I
that's
love it.
old school, real football.
Old school
like,
Barclays, man. I love it.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
not hated Drogba. You not hated Drogba. You not hated
Yeah,
flipping
because we
because
lost.
we're
Martins.
We
playing
never
against
won. We
flipping
never won that
Senderos,
one.
bro. He's
Yeah, we
bullying
never won that
Senderos. He's
one.
crap.
We never won that
I've
Bro,
one.
met
Haaland's
Saka and
been
them,
Haaland's
Oh
been
gosh.
very average against Arsenal. Last year he was very average.
Yeah,
Even on the game on Sunday, yes, he scored, and it takes a lot to score. But what else? He was
Yeah, I know,
average.
but that kind of game you lot played, Haaland was never gonna get a look in.
yeah.
Like
There's no space.
there's no space for him to operate.
But
He's
he plays
not,
against
he's not
low
cute
blocks
enough.
every week.
Yeah, but they have 11 men and they try to get out of their box.
Barely, bro. Like,
you
come
guys
on.
had no
man.
interest of getting out of your box.
When Man City play against the teams in the lower half of the table, they have low blocks. Arsenal have that every week as well. You have low blocks who think, on an occasion they'll try and get out, and on occasion they'll
Your
try and
block
get
is
a free
low as
kick.
hell, though, man.
Your
And
block
tight.
it was on the
Arsenal
floor.
faced
Like,
that at the Emirates, bro.
We
Arsenal
face that every
faced
week,
those
though,
low blocks.
every week.
Yes, bro, we do, bro.
No.
Hey, we
We
face
do,
low
bro.
block every week.
We
face
face low blocks.
You
every
played
week.
with
bro.
no striker for 45 minutes. Do you understand that?
Yes,
You had
but
10
that's
men.
because we had 10. We had 10. But normally,
Yeah.
okay, cool. There'll be a player who's a bit further down, who's the 11th player. But we face those low blocks every week at the Emirates, bro, against the teams
I
in the
think
lower
you're
half.
underestimating how low your block was.
Bro, we have teams that are sat on the edge of their box, bro. Every
Brentford
week.
do
I mean,
this every season to us.
we have to take their word
Brentford
for
do
it. We
that.
don't watch their games every week.
I
So.
see it. They do it to us
Every
every
week,
week,
bro.
Brentford.
Where do you
Brentford,
think teams
every
are playing?
season
Do you
they do
think
that.
teams are playing on the edge of the center circle against
All
us?
I'm saying.
Where
all
are they
I'm saying
playing?
is-
They are
all I'm
deep,
saying
bro.
is-
They're on the edge of their box.
Yeah, they're deep. They're deep. But when they have possession, they do try to get up the pitch. You guys had no.
Bro,
kicking
you
the ball
don't
out
know.
of play
You
the
don't
moment-
know.
the
You don't
minute
know
you had
how
it.
tiring it is, to get shifted about by the best team in the league, and then you're
I
using
have.
Yeah, I was
you're
gonna say
using
Manny
your last
doesn't.
energy.
I have.
Go on.
I've played some tough away games in my day.
Nah,
bro.
you ain't played against a well
And I'm
drilled.
telling the manager I got a hamstring injury, but I'm
Yeah.
tired, bro.
Yeah.
You're breathing
It's-
heavy.
It's tough, bro. Bro, I watched a video of Timber. He did make a pass, bro. Flipping
Is it?
liars, bro. They're flipping liars,
Dude.
bro.
To who?
What
He made
minute?
a
I need
pass to
to.
Gabriel. I'll show you the individual
Oh my
clips,
days.
bro. These guys are flipping crooks, bro.
I can't even lie. I
Nice.
took Havertz out of my team after seeing that stat. He has to come out of my fantasy team.
No, but they got Leicester coming up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, look.
I was angry.
The last thing I want to say about the Arsenal City game, yeah, is where do you lot see yourselves and how close do you guys think you are to City in terms of this title?
Closer.
There's a little bit of an indication, but
I
closer.
don't know,
Yeah.
man. I don't wanna say we're gonna win the league, but I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna.
No, I've been saying from the beginning we're gonna win the league. So
If
I still think we're gonna win
depending
the
on
league.
injuries, if we get good luck with injuries, obviously Rodri's injured
Yeah.
now, which
Mm.
will impact them. If we're okay with injuries, I think we have a very good chance.
Cool. All right, turn our attention to Selhurst Park, where United ended up drawing 0-0 with Crystal Palace. I want to start off by saying, there's one thing I said as a United fan throughout this whole Ten Hag era
I was going
is
to say
I need to see development.
performances. Yeah,
I need to see
development.
performances. I need to see style of play that's consistent, and I need to see, regardless of who's playing on the pitch, that's been replicated by the whole squad. So it's not only our first 11 that can play a certain way, and then when someone else makes one or two changes, it looks like we're going back to playing Sunday League football.
Mm.
And I said that regardless of results, if I see that, I'm happy.
Mm.
I saw that, and I'm not happy.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
I saw it, and I'm not happy.
Oh,
And
good.
I need.
There's a missing piece.
There's a missing piece.
Maybe a couple, actually.
There's a couple missing pieces, and I think that I hate that we're going to have to spend another probably 200 million to get there.
I'm not where you're at. I'm not where you're at.
A good striker minimum is 100 mil. A good striker.
And the other piece I think is missing is a left back. We've had two of those who are just constantly injured, so we can get some good
So
luck. We can
yeah,
get
but
some good luck with
we've been asking for good luck
for
for
sure.
Luke Shaw's injuries for 8 years.
And we
But
just
last year he's
don't
gone
know.
missing. Exactly.
Yeah, Shaw's injured. His setback's a bit further now. Sure.
Further back now, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and a decent, we're at the stage now where we need to buy a good left back, not one for cover, one that's good enough to be challenging for top four / a title in a couple of years.
Dalot playing there at the moment, isn't he? Right?
Yeah, but
He is.
It's not his favorite position.
Yeah.
He's doing a job, but it's not his favorite position.
Yeah.
So a good left back is another 60, 70 mil.
So
in today's market.
Let me ask you this question then.
Let's get a left-footed centre back, man. Slap him there, man.
We have one, but he's Martinez doesn't seem like he likes it.
He seems crazy.
You need someone over like 5'11".
Yeah.
So okay, so I agree. We need a striker. Right? We have two young nines. I think Xerxes he's not a nine exactly, but I do like him. Are we gonna play them two together? Because Højlund has shown that he can score goals and he's clinical and he gets he gets in the box and he makes chances for himself. So all of those good stuff that you want to see in a young striker. Will we see more goals if them two play together, or will we see less? How does it work with them two?
How did they play together?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying, because basically what I'm trying to say is Xerxes starting is going to get us less goals because we're getting. Well, okay, not necessarily that. But he's not going to be the one scoring those goals. It's going to be Rashford, Garnacho.
But you had chances.
That's what I'm saying. We have chances, and Garnacho had all of the chances.
You could have been 3-0 up in the first half.
And Bernardo is having a stinker.
Yeah. But that's been United's from the
Bruno.
start of the season, isn't it? Because I feel like you've missed a lot of chances.
Yeah, we got the highest
season,
big chances missed. Yeah, 17. I mean, the next team after that has got like 12. But
it's a good stat.
All them stats for there. I don't care for them.
It's positive. In my opinion.
It's positive, and I'm hoping for you guys to help me continue on that positivity, because I don't want to go through another 2-3 games where we're playing well, creating chances, and it's just not clicking.
You got to trust the process, man.
Yeah, you're right.
I wanted to touch on a player.
All right, question number 2 from Tim.
Question number 2.
I love when Tim's
19 left.
Yeah. I want to touch on a player, Bruno Fernandes, because obviously you said that he's going to be this season. Yeah. I'm going to bring up Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, but how was his performance? Because I feel like United were playing well in the first half. I think you had your technical players. I think Xerxes was one of them. Ahmad, another one. I think those two. And do you know what? I don't like Christian Eriksen, but I could see it working. Why he
played very well. I'll be honest.
Yeah, like United were keeping constant pressure. I was watching the game, but once them players came off, I'm seeing. Not that I don't rate them or anything, but I think Rashford came on, Højlund came on, Garte came on, and he kind of lost the momentum in the game. And Bruno Fernandes was still there, and I think he wasted the ball like 34 times in a whole game. I'm just thinking, what's your
34 times in the whole game? No, he didn't.
Yeah, he gave lost possession 34 times.
Sorry,
there's one clip. He lost the ball.
Twice.
I think 3 times.
3 times in a row. Yeah, I saw it when he was making passes. Yeah. He kept trying to do an outside boot pass and didn't with no weight on it. So shit.
I think because the thing is, Bruno Fernandes, he has moments where he does this year after year, and I think the moments you tell him off like just pass the ball, then he listens, then he reverts back to type. Is this what he is now? Because I think he just he's always going to try and gamble all the time. Is this something you just can't coach out of him? Because he's not going to be.
You can coach it out of him because he doesn't play like that for Portugal. So it's definitely a coaching thing. Secondly, I don't care what he does. That guy has saved us too many times in the past 4 years. I don't care what he does. There's gonna be a time.
You should.
Wait, hold on. Let me land. There's gonna come a time as the floor of United's team improves, where the way he plays is not going to be conducive to the style of play that Ten Hag wants us to play. So he's going to have to develop and change, or he's going to have to be moved on. We're not at that stage yet. So until we get that stage, I'm not entertaining any chats of Bruno being benched or Bruno being sold, because there's a lot more glaring issues in United right now than, Bruno trying to do a few hero balls here and there per game, because most of the time he's the one that drags us out of issues.
Yeah.
But doesn't
It's
that
not the time
stifle?
to be getting onto him.
But doesn't that stifle your momentum in attack if you're giving the ball to Bruno in these dangerous situations and he's just losing it? You saw in that clip he lost it like 2 or 3 times in one
Yeah,
moment.
but he's also creating our most chances in games.
Yeah, but
You
doesn't
take
that
the good and the bad.
But isn't the bad like he's making all
No,
these risky passes?
no,
Then you're giving
no,
opportunities
no,
for Crystal Palace to
no,
get momentum. You're not really
no.
building momentum in team. Okay, we'll see how this
You
goes.
just said that we was building momentum when we had all our technical players in the team.
I'm talking about the
right?
second half. I'm talking about the
Yeah,
second half
second
particular.
half. So for me, the issue there is not Bruno. The issue there is Bruno's not got those technical players around him. So he probably feels like, okay, with a Rashford on, I know I've got to hit channels. I've got to play the ball in behind. Rashford's not coming deep and playing 1-2s and, dropping in and linking play. Hodgland, the same way. Hodgland's always on the shoulder of the last man. Hodgland doesn't really get involved in approach play.
Yeah.
And then Ugarte is a DM that his job is just tackling and passing to the next man. It's not dictating deep line playmaking the way Eriksen is. So his game changed very much in the second half, depending on the personnel. But you play Bruno with better technical players, we was creating chances galore. He should have scored a couple of goals. And
Yeah.
he should have scored in the Fulham game when he had a couple
Twice.
opportunities as well. These are little fine margins that Bruno could be on 4 or 5 goals this season already if things have gone his way, and they haven't. But I'm not now going to take that and be like, yeah, Bruno's the reason why we need to change things up. And I've been hearing shouts of Eriksen now being a number 10 for us and then playing.
Jesus.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But
Okay,
what
Bruno-
I am thinking though whether Xerxes would play 10 and Højlund would play the 9, and then Bruno.
Bruno's at 8
Yeah,
with Ugarte.
yeah, with Ugarte. Yeah, I feel like maybe might have to.
Yeah, but I'm only seeing them. Yeah, it stinks.
Yeah,
It stinks.
Yeah, it does.
It stinks.
No. So it technically it does stink in a way, yeah. But like, I feel like it's either. I feel like at some stage, for me, I feel like Bruno just needs to rest. I'll be honest. I know he rested the Barnsley game, but just like sometimes when I see him make those passes, I can. You know what? You know when you're tired, yeah, and you're not putting the amount of weight on the ball. That's what some of them passes look like. I just can't be.
Yeah.
I don't have the full energy to make this pass. So let me give it 50%. That's what loads of those passes look like to me. He needs rest, bro. He plays a lot. He played a lot last season. He played a lot for like how many seasons in a row? Then he went to the Euros.
You got to rest in Barnsley, so it can't be tiredness.
He's still tired, bro.
Rested.
How can you be rested at Barnsley and those are the same passes you're making for 90 minutes?
Yeah, but Bruno made some kind of passes in the first 10 minutes of a game.
Give him a
That's
week.
just Bruno.
Give him a week off, man. Give him a week off. Because
we've got Europa League, so maybe he's probably going to play. But we've got Europa League. He might get rested there.
Yeah, I'll wait. Sorry, just one more question. I can wait on the Bruno thing because that will play itself out during the season. That's fine. But where are you with Ten Hag? Because I feel like his subs
understand.
cost you basically that game.
I'm sorry. Can I just butt in here? I feel like people that don't watch United or are not fans of United really don't like Ten Hag, and they really pinpoint everything he does. Like, what was wrong with those subs? We had really good substitutes on the bench. We had Rashford, who just scored 2 goals at Barnsley midweek. Well, of course he should come on. He should have started. Like, some people said he should have started. I actually rated what Ten Hag did, but I benched him. And then he brought on Ugarte, which made sense because they had what's his name? Sarr had come on and he was playing quite well, and they were kind of dominating the middle of the park at some point in the second half. That makes sense. Bring him on to a Premier League game, let him get used to the pitch, and then he'll probably start next game. The other sub was
Hodgson.
That makes sense. We need a goal. I don't understand what's wrong with those subs.
I'm saying, what's your feeling with him overall? Because obviously,
he's doing his thing.
These are his players.
He's doing his thing.
Okay,
he coached a fantastic game.
Yeah, man.
Been freeling up at halftime.
No, because
fantastic game.
What are your views on him not starting Rashford?
I thought fair enough because I actually thought like
you weren't
in
saying
that game,
Manny don't act up.
I definitely thought that.
I'm saying fair enough.
What would you have done? What would you have done?
I would have played Rashford.
Why?
Because he's been he's a confidence player. That's how I feel he is. And he scored against Southampton. He then scored 2 in midweek. Let him continue that run because with Rashford, he normally scores in patches where he'll get 5, 6 in a row and then he might go quiet for a few games.
And he could do
So
that off the bench.
I thought let him do that. But then at the same time, you've had Garnacho knocking on his door,
Bro,
coming on, and he's got 5 GA in the past, 4 games.
But
So
why couldn't
you
Garnacho
lot
start
acting
on
like
the
he
right?
dropped.
Why couldn't
because Ahmad has been slapping
Ahmad
there.
is too important. Ahmad's been slapping. You lot
So has
acting like we
Rashford.
dropped Rashford.
Neither
You lot saying we
Garnacho.
dropped.
Yeah, go on.
No, I'm gonna say people are acting like we dropped Rashford to go and play flipping Wheatley or something. We dropped him to play Garnacho, who's an Argentinian international and been banging for us.
One
I'm not.
thing I wasn't sure about though, but I get why he didn't do it. Is obviously Barnsley ain't as good, near as good as Crystal Palace, but Rashford started in the 9 versus Barnsley, so he didn't have to start Xerxes against Crystal Palace, but I do prefer that he did because I like Xerxes as a 9 or in that position anyways. So if anyone was going to come off, it didn't have to be. If anyone was not going to start, it didn't have to be Garnacho or Ahmed. It could have been Xerxes.
Mm.
I think when a player's on form like that, I don't think he needed the rest, man.
No,
He
it
didn't
wasn't
need it.
about rest. I think it was more
It's
just
momentum.
rotation. I
Got
think
to
it was
keep his
rotation.
momentum going, man.
And he did
Yeah,
say something
well,
about his Ten Hag said something about he needs to be
His lifestyle.
professional or whatever.
his
Yeah, he said
lifestyle.
something about then he dropped it.
Like
Yeah,
Match related.
for me, all of these things are just so easy for like the media and people to pick up because if Rashford started, didn't do nothing, everyone would be saying why didn't Garnacho start when he's been showing such good promise.
True.
So it works both ways.
But
Cheeto.
obviously we've got 20 on what was it on Thursday?
yeah.
Thursday
So
night.
yes,
Europa.
Thursday night. So we'll
Oh,
see how that
Tomorrow
goes.
night.
Oh yeah, it's tomorrow, isn't it? It's not Thursday, isn't
Yeah,
it?
tomorrow night.
What the
Today
hell?
Wednesday.
Yeah, we play
Yeah.
Wednesdays,
What
G.
they've
Yeah.
done now is there's a whole week of Europa League. So there's a whole week of Champions League,
Yeah,
whole
then the
week
whole
of
week
Europa
of
League.
Europa League.
But
Yeah.
they share it with the Conference League though, so they're still jumbled together.
Why did you say it
They
like
keep
that?
Champions
Why
League
did you say it like
separately.
that?
Why did you do
Why
that?
did you say it like
Why
that?
did you do
They
that?
share
Hey,
with
Why
the
did you do that? Why did you do
just
that?
make sure you come out your group, innit? Just make sure you come out your group
I hope so.
No,
I hope so.
I think we'll be all right.
because you
Hopefully.
guys
I think
you guys stunk the last game. So
Dunk against Atlanta.
so
Yeah, we were. That was
But
bad,
it's the
man. It was
best
bad,
defense
man.
though. They're the best defense.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're the
yeah,
best
it's
defense.
defensive.
Yeah,
It's defensive. Don't worry,
Yeah.
man. You
Clean
lot,
sheet,
yeah, we're
man.
best. Clean
yeah.
sheet. We're best
Defense is
defense.
the best form of attack, man.
Yeah, man. We're
Apparently.
best.
That's not how the saying goes. It's the other way around.
No, we're the best defense. You guys promote your young talent, so it's all good, man. It's all good. Not good, man.
Hey, Calafiori, man. That's the left back you guys needed. Seriously,
It
man.
is. It is. It actually is.
Sweet. Yeah,
Or
he's a
Timber,
good
It
left
man.
back.
actually
But
is.
we're greedy.
Timber, yeah.
Greedy.
How greedy. But yeah, all right. Bless guys.
Cool.
Sign us
All right,
out,
man. Till
friends.
next
Sweet.
week.
Cool.
Bless.
Safe.